So our camping season's almost here. I know people are already camping, but we kind of wait till it cools down a little bit. For us to do that, final storage solution has to be installed, and this is your typical Harbor Freight cargo rack, and they mount with these brackets which are made for cars, but people are having to modify these to get them to fit their side-by-sides. Unique Off-Road Products has made brackets that bolt right on, replacing your stock top bracket with these plates, and then it'll mount the rack using up front these clamps along with these on the back. So it's a bolt-on installation. The bottom brackets still stay in place, and let's go through the install. So this is the stock bracket that they provide with the rack, and here's a close-up of the Unique Off-Road product brackets, and they have 4 of them. The roof has 5 brackets, 1 in the center, and that's going to stay in place. It's not going to be used, but these outer brackets in 4 places, those are going to be replaced by the Unique Off-Road product ones. Just a tip, clean this area out, and if you want, silicone these holes beforehand. I'm going to be using, I have some O-rings that I'm placing on the bottom of the screws to help prevent water from getting in. But RTV there should prevent any leaks if that's a concern for you. So I have these snugged up loosely. You want to leave them loose so you can get a final alignment. And these are just using carriage bolts on the bottom as well as the top here. So now I'll install my rack. So I've got my rack mounted, and I've loosely installed my hardware. Just a note, you can barely fit those carriage bolts from underneath, and that's why you need to leave the bottom brackets loose, everything loose initially, while you get this aligned. Now, you'll notice there's multiple holes in these brackets, so you can move this fore or aft to your liking. In this position, it follows the windshield front roll bar slope nicely, okay? And then it just overhangs a little bit in the back. So that's how I'm going to mount mine. You might want to put some electrical tape or rubber like I'm using at those points, just to prevent the brackets from rubbing through the powder coat and getting rust. If you use rubber, just be cognizant that mine's pretty thick, so just 1 or 2 wraps of electrical tape might fit better. So once you have this aligned, you're going to have roughly 7.5 inches from the bracket to the inner cargo carrier brace on each side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you have 7.5 inches on each side, you're pretty close. So then once you have that aligned, go underneath and snug up your bolts on each front side as well as in the back there. So there she is mounted. Now I have another rack that's wider that I might adapt to these brackets, which is going to be a lot easier. Just a matter of lining these holes up and marking them in my cargo rack. This is pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. Unique Off-Road Products cargo mounting brackets for the YXZ.